This is the story of the year 1914 when an 8-year-old child was playing in a village of Japan when he saw a machine running on wheels. It was Ford's Model T. Seeing this, the child was very surprised. This was the day when the 8-year-old child got interested in vehicles and mechanical parts for the first time. His name was Soichiro Honda, and who knew that in the coming time we will get to see his name on every small and big vehicle. Kushambi Nazreen. Honda was born in 1906 in a small village near Mount Fuji in Japan. Apart from being a blacksmith, his father also used to do bicycle repair work part-time. Honda's 5 siblings had already died due to various diseases. Therefore his parents had a lot of expectations from their child. But he had no interest in studies. However, Honda was more interested in repairing bicycles with himself. When he was 16 years old, he saw an advertisement in the newspaper for 8 chowki. A technician was needed at this famous automobile service station of Tokyo. Honda wrote a letter to the company for the job and was lucky to get a positive reply from there. This was the time when Honda wanted to leave his home and school and start earning. Honda's dream was shattered when he reached Tokyo in 8th Chuk. The owner of the company started making Honda do cleaning work and even put him on the job setting. What could Honda do? On one hand, he had left his home and parents, and on the other hand, useless work was being taken from him. He was ashamed to go back to his village because he did not have the courage to face his parents. This was the reason that for the next several months, he was forced to do other jobs there. After some time, the owner of the service station also started taking workshop work. Honda was very interested in this work from the beginning, that is why he understood things easily. In a few minutes, he had learned a lot about all kinds of vehicles and their parts. During this time, the service station also made 2 Bharat cars, in which the first car was an 8-wheeler. The first was a Honda and the second was a Cortis. Both these cars were made using used engines, which also secured the first position in the Japanese Motor Car Championship 1924. Honda was a good mechanic till now, but in this race he was sitting as an engineer along with the driver. This was the event after which Honda made motor car his religion. For the next several years he kept working in the same class and also kept increasing his experience. In 1928, at the age of 22, his owner decided to open another branch of his. This branch was to be in Hamamatsu City. To run it, the owner sent Honda there by giving him the responsibility. Honda started this new branch of Honda with 1 worker and in just 2 years increased it to 30 workers. He had now become a brilliant mechanic and racing driver as well. Taking advantage of his expertise, he designed a motor car for his owner. This car was capable of running at a speed of 120 km per hour, which broke all the old records. This record remained the highest record of Japan for the next 20 years. Honda's importance had grown in the heart of the owner of the 8 chuk. He wanted to open his own workshop, but perhaps fate did not approve of this. In 1936, Honda had a terrible accident during racing. He survived in this accident, but his left arm was fractured, shoulder was dislocated, and there were many wounds on his face. He saw his life ending here. He could neither work as a mechanic nor participate in racing. After many days, when he recovered, he requested the owner of the 8 chuk that he could no longer do this repairing work. Instead he put forward the idea that why not start a separate company to make spare parts. The owner of the 8 chuk immediately rejected Honda's idea. They were already getting profits and no one was willing to take a new risk. On this, Honda decided that he would open a parts manufacturing company alone. In 1936, at the age of 30, he started a company with his friend. He started a heavy industry with great difficulty and made his friend Sikri Kanto its president. He had already opened the company, but Honda did not have any investment to run it. He used to work for 8 hours all day, while at night he tried to make engine pistons for his new company himself. He continued with this routine for the next few years, but he could not get any success. On the contrary, he became weak by working hard continuously. One failure after another was blocking his path. Then he took admission in a university to get a degree in metallurgy. In 1939, after 3 years of continuous hard work, he finally succeeded in making a piston. Now he gave up and started making heavy machinery full-time, but he did not know that there were still many flaws in the pistons made by him. He offered his pistons to Toyota Company, then Toyota rejected 47 out of 50 designs. This news struck Honda like a bolt of lightning because now he did not have any way to return. He took admission in a university to study metallurgy and to understand the retirement of different companies. He started getting scared of Japan. He went to different factories and met the manufacturers. He spent the next few years in understanding the market. After that, Honda made pistons once again. This time these pistons had passed the quality control of the company. He started getting orders in abundance, and once again Honda saw his dreams coming true. To fulfill the orders, his company also hired 2,000 workers. Who knew that Honda's happiness was only for a few minutes? In 1942, Japan jumped into World War II and the ministry took control of many Japanese companies, one of which was Honda's. Honda was made the senior managing director of his company after being promoted, and things got worse when the company's workers were put into military service. The next 3 years passed in very difficult circumstances, but in 1944, an incident happened which completely dashed Honda's hopes. During the war, a missile hit Honda's factory directly and the situation of the whole country deteriorated. Things were getting worse after that. Japan was seen losing the war. Then in 1945 there were 2 nuclear attacks which completely broke the back of Japan. After this incident, Japan surrendered before the Americans. The crisis was over now, but Honda was sitting on everything. He sold his 66 Toyota for 450,000 rupees and once again became jobless. This situation was not only with Honda, but the whole of Japan was going through a very bad crisis. The economy was melting. There was a shortage of food and water, and inflation had broken everyone's back. Getting public transport was very difficult because petrol had become rare in Japan. During this time Honda got a small engine of the Japanese Imperial Army with which he used to run a wireless radio. Forced by his habit, he got an idea. He thought, why not install this engine in a bicycle and improve his transport? This will make transport easy and cheap too, because people in that area were already very troubled by inflation. So when they saw the same engine installed on a bicycle, everyone got this idea. The idea was very good. Honda got a few used bikes, but the demand from the people was so high that now Honda designed its own new engine. This was the first time in history that Honda's logo was seen on a machine. Honda did not have enough money to make these cycles on mass level, so it wrote an open letter to 18,000 shopkeepers. People had so much faith in Honda that 3,000 shopkeepers gave him a positive reply and also gave money in advance. In the next 3 years, Honda made a motorcycle which was launched in the name of Super Cup after the retirement of the market. It created a sensation in the market as soon as it came. This model was so successful that in 1958, it surpassed the sales of America's Triumph and Harley-Davidson. Because Honda was very fond of racing, that's why he now decided to make Indian bikes. He used to go to different bike races and used to sell the winning bikes. Such Indian competitions used to go beyond races and become a marketing tool for the manufacturing company. In a few years, Indian competitions used to become more than a race, a marketing tool for the manufacturing company. Honda's first bike in India was launched, which secured the first position in the 1962 International Racing Competition. This race made Honda's name famous all over the world. In 1960, Honda had become the world's largest motorcycle manufacturing company, and by 1968, it had sold 1 crore units. After 62 years of its life, Honda had finally achieved success, but the dream that it had since childhood was yet to be fulfilled. Honda now wanted to go towards car manufacturing as well. Many people even tried to stop him from doing so, but he did not listen to anyone. At that time, companies like Noida and Nissan were already running their business in Japan. It was very difficult to make a new place for itself in the market there. Honda launched its first pickup truck T360, which failed. After that, it launched the S500 in India, of which only 1,300 units were sold. After many years of hard work on the bike and rejection of several dozen designs, finally in 1972, Honda launched the bike in India. Honda Civic was launched. This is the car whose new models are famous all over the world till date. In 1980, Honda Motor was the third largest manufacturing company in Japan, and in just 10 years it became the third largest in the world. Today we see Honda's name on cars, motorcycles, van engines, plane engines and dozens of power tools. He retired from the company in 1973, the very next year after the launch of Civic, and then in August 1991, this journey of his life ended forever.